Most of our beers, when we decide to make a beer, probably the same with you guys, you don't want to just make a beer, you want to have one, you want to have like six is kind of our threshold of where we want to be.
Like all markets, there are trends. In this lesson, you're going to learn all about the session IPA trend, then you're going to hear from our experts as they talk about the craft brew world itself.
So let's talk a little bit about the session IPA movement, if you will, right now. I think we actually have some session IPA
We
here
do,
for you.
South-based session IPA.
Very cool. So talk to me a little bit about that. How did you guys kind of develop that?
We came out of the gates with our double IPA. It was blackout, 10.8%, just ridiculous. We dropped it down to 9.4. The beer got a lot cleaner, easier to drink, but still just, you know, two of those, it's good night. And you know, most of our beers, when we decide to make a beer, probably the same with you guys, you don't want to just make a beer, you want to have one, you want to have like six is kind of our threshold of where we want to be. Like, so when these session IPAs started showing up, it's like, wow, these are great. Like, I think Golden Road was kind of trying to do that with their Point the Way without calling it a session per se, but that was definitely, they wanted a lower alcohol IPA that just, you know, they were maybe ahead of the time, I don't know, but it was cool. So we just literally just bought all the session IPAs available at the local bottle shops and kind of picked and choose, like, we like this, we like that, we like this. We use a lot of Maris Otter in this, and I think that's what helps get rid of that cereal kind of just one-dimensional malt flavor you get in some of the session IPAs. So that was our goal, was to put a little more malt backbone, almost pale ale-ish, but still have the brighter hops and the drier fermentation on the mash profile.
Right on, right on. Cool. And you know, what are we drinking here from McLeod?
So this is kind of the exact opposite in the grand scheme of things. Is all the styles that we do are inherently what the market right now would call session ale. Our average alcohol content of our core range is 4%. So this is a stout that's 3.8% alcohol. The aim for us is to make low carbonation, low alcohol as inherent to those British styles, and just show off the drinkability of different styles, and show off the drinkability when beer is lower ABV and low carbonation. So I just think those are two inherently good things for the type of products that we're looking to make, and just show off the amazingness of these British styles that have kind of been forgotten. We don't currently make an IPA and don't have plans to make an IPA for production brewing, because our brewery is a bit smaller, so our ability to get market penetration and the need to be in the IPA market it's not as necessary for us. We'll reevaluate that as necessary, but where we see fitting in is just in the bigger malts, lower ABV kind of area, and lots of other breweries are making great IPAs, and we just don't find it necessary to encroach on their territory. Like, we respect what the dudes and all the other Southern California breweries that are just banging out tons and tons of great IPA. Power to them, but we want to do a really excellent job of making British styles and not dilute our brand, if you will, by just making a West Coast IPA, because it just wouldn't fit what we're trying to do. But we do a joke one-off session IPA that was at our tasting room. That was, so as our average alcohol strength is 4%, so we did a session by our standards, so it's a 2.5.
Oh, sweet.
2.5% alcohol, 50 IBU. We scaled up, I did a mathematical scale up. Say it was linear, it would have been like 40 pounds of dry hop in a 7-barrel batch. Like, it was insane. All late hop. Like, it was a fun brew day to be able to do that on that kind of scale. Because if you did it as a home brew, it just would have been unbelievably expensive. It's a good thing that we're at the size we are. The cost of goods is relative. Well, I mean, it'd be higher than on a larger scale, but we're like just big enough. Like, if we were, the owners initially wanted to go with a nano setup, and it was just like, it'd be dumb. It'd be sitting on so much malt inventory, and the product out the door would be so low.